So hello everybody, today we will be designing an AND gate using data flow modeling. So data flow modeling is a type of modeling in Vhdl among the three types of modeling, that is data flow modeling, structural modeling and behavioral modeling. This is considered the simplest, this data flow modeling is considered the simplest modeling style among all of those three, and today we will be implementing AND gate using data flow modeling. So AND gate is also one of the simplest and most basic component of a circuit. So let's first see the truth table of an AND gate. So here you can see that here is the truth table of AND gate, and A is the input, B is the input, and Y equal to A and B is the output. Y is calculated as A and B, and is the operator. Okay, so when we put 0 and 0 as A and B, we get 0 as output, 0 and 1 as input, 0 as output, 1 and 0 as input, 0 as output, and only when 1 and 1 as input we get 1 as output. So this is the truth table of an AND gate, and by this you can understand how an AND gate works. So when you input 1 and 1, you get 1. This is the only case when you get 1 as output. So here is the diagram. You can see that A and B are two inputs and Y is the output. So keeping this diagram in mind, we will actually build what we are going to make in Vhdl, that is in Modelsim. We are going to code the AND gate. So when you open Modelsim, you will see a jump start button right here. So you will click on it and you will create a new project. So I will name this project as Vhdl, and I will click on OK. So my new project will be created. Now click on create new file. So here you will create a new file, and I will name it as AND gate, because I am going to write the code of AND gate. I will write AND gate and I will click on OK. So here you can see that one file has been generated, that is andgate.vhd. I will double click it, and here I will write the code. So we have already learned how to write a Vhdl code. So the first statement of a Vhdl program is to import the libraries. So I will import the IEEE library, that is library IEEE semicolon, and next we have to use it. So use IEEE dot std, that is standard logic underscore 1164 dot all. So this is a library we are going to use. So our import library is already completed. Now we have to write the entity block. So I will write entity, and next the entity name, that is AND gate. Because I am writing the code for AND gate, this is a variable name, so you can keep any name as you want, but try to name the entity as what you are building. Make it relatable, okay, relatable, or in the sense that you can understand later on that what code you have written by only the name. So AND gate, I will write is, and next we have to define the ports. So as we have already seen in our diagram, that here you can see that there are only one input and two input. So here is one input and two input, and one as output. Okay, A and B are input and Y is the output. So I will write here A and B. Okay, so let's write here A is input, so in std underscore logic semicolon. Next B, this is also in, that is input port, and we will write std logic std underscore logic, and Y was our output port. So this will be out std underscore logic. So we have written all the ports. Now we will close it. So we have closed it, we have written the semicolon, and next we will go to the next line and we will end the entity block. So we will write end, and next the entity name, that is AND gate. We have written the entity name as AND gate, so here it will be AND gate. So our entity block is completed. Now we need to write the architecture block. So this is the final block. We will write architecture and here we will write data flow. This is also a name, you can name anything as you want. So this is this is the name of the architecture, and we have to write of the entity. The entity name is and get. This is the entity name is architecture, name of the architecture of name of the entity is. This is the structure, and next we have to write our logic, that is begin. Since in AND gate we have the AND gate operator as it is, so we will write y, we will assign a and b. So this statement actually assigns a and b to y. This is the assignment operator. Alright, so next up this we have written, and we will end our architecture block. So here we will write end and the architecture name, that is data flow. So our architecture block is also completed. Now you need to save it. You can click here, you can click on file and click on save, or you can click Ctrl+S as you do in all other programs. So after saving you can compile, but if you don't save you will get a compilation error. So I will click here and I will click on compile, and compile selected. So this will get compiled. You can see that compile of andget.vhd was successful. So now we will click here and we will click on simulate. Okay, so before that let's go to library. Here you can see that here is library. We will go to work and we will see that here is our AND gate. We will click on it and we will click on simulate. Okay, so here is a simulation window. You can click here, that is AND gate. You can right click here and add to wave. Okay, so here is the wave we got. Now we will see the output, how our AND gate is actually performing. So you can see that here is a is input, B is input, and Y is our output. So we will actually apply, we can actually here force the values, or we can apply clock. I will apply clock because all the values come at the same time. Okay, you can also use force if you want. So I will click on clock, and here I will give here you have to actually adjust the period. I will write here 50, whatever value. Here it will be 50. The next thing will be double that. Okay, so this will be 100. Last one was 50, that is A was 50, B was 100. If you have another variable, that is C, you have to keep it 200. And after writing all of that, you have to go here and run it for the maximum number you have written. I have written 100 as the maximum number, so I will actually keep it to 100. If you have written 200 as maximum number, keep it to 200, and we will click run. Here you can see it is a run button. We will click it and our whole thing has come here. So we will actually try to zoom it. Okay, so I will click on plus and it will be zoomed, and you can see that for 0 0 it gives 0. For 1 1 it gives 1. For here you can see the values. For 0 1 it gives 0. For 1 0 it gives 0. And for 0 0 it gives 0. So this is the property of an AND gate, and you can very clearly see it from the graph here. So this is our complete video of AND gate. In the next video we will be writing the code of an OR gate using VHDL.